going to blast off into space and go into the solar system and talk about the whole universe as we know it, our solar system. So to help us learn the names of the planets, I'm going to sing a song for you, okay? Now, the way the solar system is made out is the sun's in the middle, and the planets orbit around the sun. They each have, when you look out in space, you don't see these lines. You just see stars and the planets that are close to us. Sometimes you can see at nighttime. But these are the planets that orbit the sun. That means the pull of gravity keeps them going around the sun. So let's sing our song. Are you ready? And I'm going to show you. This is the order that they go away from the sun. Okay, so this is how it goes. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. These are the planets that live with the stars. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus too. Neptune and Pluto, I know them all, do you? Now Pluto is interesting. They used to say it was a planet, then they said it wasn't a planet, and now they call it a dwarf planet. So we're gonna go ahead and keep it in our song and keep it in the pieces of that are going around, orbiting the sun. We're gonna consider it part of our solar system, okay? So I hope through this week, I'm gonna read you some books, a little one, you can listen to one each day when you're creating your own solar system. So let's sing the song one more time. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, these are the planets that live with the stars. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus too. Neptune and Pluto, I know them all, do you? And I'm going to make sure your mommy gets a copy of that song, okay? Now, I'm going to read you about each planet that you're going to make this week for your solar system at home. The first planet you're going to create is the sun. Let's learn about the sun. The sun is a star. The sun is made of super hot gas. The sun is the brightest thing in the solar system. Heat from the sun warms the planets. Light from the sun lights the planet. The sun is very, very big. More than 1 million Earths could fit inside the sun. The sun is bigger than all the planets put together. The 4 planets nearest the sun are called the inner planets. They are made of rock and metal. That's Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. They're your rock planets. 5 planets are far from the sun. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and our dwarf planet Pluto. All of the outer planets are made of gas except for Pluto. Asteroids are rocks that go around the sun. Some asteroids are big, some are small. The sun is the most important part of our solar system. So you're going to create a sun and write the word sun for your solar system. I hope you enjoy yourself. Try to make it something that looks hot. The next planet I'm going to tell you about is Mercury. Can you sing on Mercury? No, you cannot sing on Mercury. You can't even breathe. Mercury has no air. Mercury is one of the smallest planets in the solar system. Only as Pluto is smaller than Mercury. Mercury is the planet closest to the sun. Now the side of the planet that faces the sun is boiling hot. The side that faces away from the sun is freezing cold. Mercury is 36 million miles away from the sun. Mercury is made mostly of iron. It has a very big core for such a little planet. Scientists think the core is made of liquid iron. Mercury looks like Earth's moon. Mercury and the moon both have many craters. Gravity on Mercury is different from gravity on Earth. Gravity is the pull between two objects. You could weigh less on Mercury than on Earth. You would float. Scientists know some facts about Mercury because of Mariner 10. Mariner 10 is a space probe. You cannot go to Mercury. Scientists are glad that a space probe can. If you went to Mercury, you would burn up because it's so close to the sun. So, 1 year in Earth is 365 days. So every 365 days you have a birthday. Well, if you lived on Mercury, you'd have a birthday every 88 days. That means you guys would be, instead of 5, you'd be almost 500 years old if you lived on Mercury. What? Okay, so that's Mercury. So when you're creating your Mercury, we use ashes because it's so close to the sun that it looks burned up. So if you can find some ashes after you cut it out and write the name Mercury, if you can glue some ashes or something that is kind of ashy, maybe just color it with white chalk, make it ashy looking. All right, that's Mercury. The next planet is Venus. It is fun to fly a kite on Earth. But can you fly a kite on Venus? No, you cannot go to Venus at all. Venus is the second planet in our solar system. All the planets in the solar system orbit around the sun. Venus is closer to the sun than Earth. It's hotter on Venus than it is on Earth. Venus is called Earth's sister. They are the same in many ways. They are almost the same size. They both have clouds, and they're both made out of rock and metal. Venus and Earth are different too. The clouds on Earth are made of water. Some of the clouds on Venus are made of acid. That means they burn you up. Venus and Earth have mountains and volcanoes. The biggest volcano on Venus is Mount Mons. This is Mount Everest on the Earth, and this is Mount Mons on Venus. All of Venus is covered with lava. Lava is melted rock and metal. Nothing lives in lava. Almost all of Earth is covered with water. Earth's water is filled with living things. No, you cannot fly a kite on Venus, but on Earth you can do many things. You can fly a kite, you can swim in the ocean, and you can be very happy you do not live on Venus. So when we made Venus at school, we used some things that look like hot lava, like some red and orange paint. Or we made it black background and we put some golden stuff on it to kind of look like fire. So when you create your Venus, you can think of something at your house to do that. The next planet is Earth. That's where we live. You can eat the crust of a piece of bread. Can you eat the crust of the Earth? No, Earth's crust is made of dirt and rock. Earth is the only planet in the solar system with human life. All life on Earth lives on the crust. The crust is one of Earth's layers. It is the outside layer. The mantle is under the crust, and the core is in the center of the Earth. Kind of like an eggshell around an egg. The crust holds all of Earth together. Large parts of the Earth's crust rise above the water, and these parts are called the continents. Smaller parts rise above water too, and these parts are called islands. Earth has 7 continents and many islands. The Earth's crust is broken into many pieces called plates. These are not like dinner plates. These plates are made of rock. Earth's mantle is under the crust. It's made of melted rock called magma. Earth's plates float on the magma. Magma that comes out of the earth is called lava. Sometimes Earth's plates move. This creates earthquakes. Sometimes the crust pushes up. This creates mountains. Sometimes magma rises. This creates a volcano. We eat things that live on the Earth's crust. We eat things that grow in the Earth's crust, but we don't eat the Earth's crust. It would taste like dirt and rock. So that's about the Earth. Now, when you create your Earth, the circle you cut out will be blue, and then we're going to have 2 continents that are green for you to cut out and glue them on your Earth. And don't forget to write the word Earth too. The last planet you're going to do this week is Mars. That's where the word Martian comes from, huh? There is a shiny object in the night sky that is not a star. It is the planet Mars. You can see Mars without a telescope. Mars is the 4th planet from the sun. The planets in our solar system orbit around the sun. Sometimes Mars looks red. It is also called the red planet. No person has gone to Mars yet. Only rovers have been put on Mars to explore it. One day, astronauts might go to Mars. This rover sets out to explore a rock on Mars. Astronomers use telescopes to study Mars. They are studying how people might live there one day. Mars is close to Earth. We could fly there on a spacecraft. Mars has a North Pole and a South Pole, just like Earth. But mostly Mars is different from Earth. Mars has wild weather, like giant sandstorms, and Mars has 2 moons. Mars is cold all the time. Humans cannot breathe the air on Mars. If you visited Mars, you would have to wear a spacesuit to breathe and stay warm. Scientists are looking for signs of life on Mars. They think people can live on Mars someday. Do you want to live on Mars? So, when you create Mars, we have it on a red piece of paper, and we used red sand to cover Mars to make it more like the planet. Your mama might want to, if you have sand, you can put a little bit of red food coloring in it in a Ziploc and shake it, and that'll create red sand. You can put red food coloring in salt and shake it, and that'll make red something to put on your Mars. But Mars is the red planet. That's your last planet for this week. So let's sing our song one more time. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, these are the planets that live with the stars. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune and Pluto, I know them all, do you? Bye-bye.